The moon hung high over Knoxville, Tennessee, casting long, eerie shadows over an otherwise silent interstate rest area. Blair Adams, a man who had seemingly fled across the country in an erratic and frantic escape for his life, now lay dead in this unlikely final destination. His journey had begun days earlier in Surrey, British Columbia, where the shadow of an unknown threat had driven him to abandon his home. Blair's fear was palpable. He'd emptied his bank accounts, withdrawn thousands in cash, and purchased gold coins and jewelry, as if tangible wealth could fend off the encroaching doom he felt closing in around him. He was a regular man turned rabbit, running from an invisible wolf. Witnesses reported Blair's frenetic behavior. He bought plane tickets he never used, he drove rental cars aimlessly with peculiar paranoia, and he spoke of people wanting him dead but could not articulate who they were or why he was targeted. His fear reverberated off every decision he made, yet he shared no coherent story that could be understood. It was as though he was possessed by a dreadful conviction that only he could fathom. On the last leg of his harrowing flight, Blair checked into a Knoxville hotel, but checked out a mere hour later. His unease was too great to let him rest. Hours later, his body was discovered at the nearby rest area. Shoes off, pockets emptied, scattered troves of his valuables laid out haphazardly around him. There were no signs of a violent struggle, no foreign DNA, and no conclusive evidence to suggest how Blair met his end. Despite the apparent lack of physical trauma, his posture etched a story of sheer terror. The medical examiner noted an unusual cause of death, septic shock precipitated by a severe abdominal injury, yet there was nothing to suggest how this injury occurred. His death thus became an enigma, the focal point of a chilling mystery that haunted local authorities and intrigued the public. Blair Adams had perished under the moon's cold gaze, and the secrets of his frantic paranoia died with him, leaving behind a tableau of unresolved anxiety and fear.